Next. First, there are two types of reactions which are either possible in a nuclear reaction. That is either a nuclear fission or a fusion. Nuclear fission, in simple words, we can say that splitting up of an heavier element into two smaller nuclei. In the simple diagram, we can see that uranium-235, when it's struck by a neutron, it turns into uranium-236, and its by its state is unstable, and then it splits up into krypton and barium. This is a simple reaction of a nuclear fission. This shows nuclear fission. This nuclear fission, we have studied this already. This is just to show how a nuclear fission works. This is the working. I have explained it already. The neutron, when strikes uranium-236, for example, it splits up into the barium and krypton, and 3 electrons are released by it, and with a lot amount of energy. But there are very big disadvantages for nuclear fission reactions. That is, radioactive emissions, radioactive waste disposal, and proper control is necessary. If it's not controlled properly, then there will be a severe explosion. But my topic is specified with nuclear fusion, because nuclear fusion is one thing which I've just studied in textbook and not be seen in we cannot see that in a practical life, except in a what you can tell me, anyone can tell me, which is the biggest nuclear fusion power plant? Sun. It's very low. Next. Yeah, nuclear fusion is the act of forcing together nuclei of lightweight atomic weights in a superheated plasma state. Nuclear fusion is an alternate energy potential for tremendous potential as an alternate energy. If properly developed, it can solve the world's energy demands. Next. Currently, researchers are going with two isotopes of hydrogen, that is deuterium and tritium. There are possibilities that other isotopes of hydrogen like deuterium and deuterium can be used for nuclear fusion reactions. But you have to see that in a nuclear reaction between the deuterium and tritium, we have to take this two isotopes of hydrogen into the plasma state, that is superheated state. That superheated state makes them into the plasma state, and the fusion reaction takes place. And due to the fusion reaction, the helium is given as an output, and the heat is maintained. As I told you, since the plasma floats in between, so there is a vital chance that the heat temperature can be maintained throughout the system.
Next, we have Ms. Kritika, who will speak for the topic.
Good evening to everybody gathered here. Now I'm here to talk about the nuclear energy and its advantages. The first thing is that a nuclear reactor doesn't produce any pollution like fossil fuel or the energy produced from coal. It is safe for the environment. The next thing is the electricity produced by nuclear plants. As my teammate said, the energy got from fossil fuels, hydroelectricity and other things are very much less than the nuclear energy produced. When you take a nuclear reactor, for example, if it produces 50% of energy, the fossil fuel and coal mines produce only 10% of its energy. So the nuclear reactor is much more efficient than the other forms of reactors. And about the fuel, uranium. As you all know, a very small pellet of uranium can produce uncontrolled fission reaction. So, if we have a very small amount, it is enough to produce a large amount of energy. As Charitran said, there are 2 uranium mines in India, and it takes out 2,190 tons per day, of which only few is used as fuel and other is decomposed. Isn't that small amount of fuel necessary for enough for the production of electricity? Because we have breeder reactors, it can produce its own fuel. So I think a small amount of fuel is useful for producing a large amount of electricity. And the disposal of waste. When it comes